and hit starting. Okay, that's live.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to this one and hit. Hey guys, how you doing? Let's ready for the show.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Fishy Friday, another fun, eventful Friday night here.
I'm happy. I couldn't wait for it. It's like, yes, it's Friday already.
You know, we were supposed to have Reaper on the show, but you know, he hasn't showed up yet. So let's get to the Tracy update, and hopefully by that time Reaper might, you know, show up or whatnot.
I guarantee he makes it before the show's over.
We'll see.
Now, we got this handled this week, guys. You're going to hear this for a second because, see my trusty remote control? I've got Tracy's trach all sectioned out, and I've got the hose in there and ready. Watch this. Sucks her out. I shut it off. Every 10 minutes, I'm going to have to do that while on the show. So I'm very proud of that. That's hillbilly ingenuity. I got this. I don't have to get up and go take care of her and come back. She's right there. I can almost see her from here. And I can hear the machine, and you can hear if it's sucking fluids out. And then once it goes clear, you can shut the machine off. It's all set and ready. I put her thing in where she can breathe off both sides, but I tilted it. So all the liquid goes to one side, and I put the hose in to that side. So no matter if she coughs once or twice, you know, it can fill up with liquids. She can still breathe out the other side. And then I turn the machine on and suck all that liquid out. It's amazing. I love making life easier. So I got my girl on remote control. Josh is over there. Oh my God, dude. So let's go on with the Tracy update. She is doing wonderfully. I play her favorite song, which is Eagles Hotel California. And the live version in 1977. It is the prettiest, best. Don Henley's there. You know, Joe Walsh is there. You know, they're all there. And they're doing great. And it's just a beautiful rendition of Hotel California. I play that every morning to her when I wake her up to change her and then feed her. So I've been singing it to her. So I'll get down in the bed on my elbows and I'm next to her head and I sing the whole song to her. And yesterday, I swear to God, she looked me dead in my eyes and watched me the whole song that I sang to her. She didn't look past me. She looked dead at me. And I was like, you know, ready to tear up. It was just a beautiful moment. And the nurse came in at like 10 after 8. And, you know, the song was just going off. And I had tears in my eyes. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing's wrong. It was just a beautiful, tender moment. And Tracy, she loves that song. That's the song Josh was conceived to at the Eagles concert. It was her best concert, favorite concert ever, and she loved the music and everything was good. And so I when I wake her up in the morning, I'll go ahead and I sing that song to her. And you know, I turn the radio up enough to where she can hear that over me. And it's a beautiful thing. So today we had her listening to music most of the day, and I played all of her favorites, which are like the Eagles' greatest hits, Bee Gees, you know, because she loves the movie. What's that movie she likes? Grease. That was her favorite movie growing up. So she loves the Bee Gees, and they did the soundtrack for the movie Grease. So, you know, I play a bunch of stuff like that, and then classic rock, easy listening rock, you know, the softer side of rock, and she loves that stuff. All the hair metal, what do you call them? They come out with all this hair metal, and then there's one the hair metal ballads. She loves them, you know, stuff like that. So I let her listen to music all day today, and I put on TV for her, and you know, she seems like she liked it. She was out in her chair for about 4 hours today in her new wheelchair. Oh, by the way, that company came by, and they're going to give us some add-ons for it because every time she coughs, her arms are in the thing. Every time she coughs, she comes forward and her arms come off. So we told them originally that she needed a chest strap to hold her chest back. And so they're going to get us that. Then they see that we're using like a belt to go between the two leg apparatuses to hold her calves up because her feet come off of that and then they fall down straight. So we've got a belt hanging there where her feet can't come off of the steps. They've got a nice soft, like a, I don't know, some sort of holder for her legs. They're going to give us that. And then they're giving me a vent holder for the bottom of the wheelchair in the back, but I don't need it as big for a vent. I just need it for the suction machine. But once they give it to us, I can cut it down to where we can walk without impairing our walking because this big machine's back there. I only need like 3 inches. So I'll cut it from the beginning, put it 3 inches, and we'll have the suction machine back there. Then we can have her in the wheelchair however long we want. Wherever we go, we can suction her out. Because when she goes on the wheelchair, she has to wear the HME. Now, the problem with that is it has to be suctioned out. Because if she coughs up into the HME, there's only enough room there for 1-2 coughs, and then she'll be sucking back in the fluids that's in there. So it's got, vents on each side that she breathes out and breathes in from. But if that gets covered with fluid, things get real messy real quick. So we have to have the ventilator to suction her out. We've got a bottle holder for the back of the chair. So if we need the oxygen, we can turn it on and she's good. So, I mean, everything's getting good. Mara's been taking her outside every single day. We've been taking her to the back pond as well as the front pond. And, it's been great. So, she's really, she's moving so much more. I told you before, I was actually taking the Hoyer lift and strapping it to the side of the bed and putting a pillow there. She's getting past all that. She is moving and turning, and it's rough. So, Mara got a new bed ordered that has the bottom rails too. They can't use them in the nursing homes because they consider them restraints. But the top rails and the bottom rails will now keep Tracy safe. So we got that ordered. We're supposed to get that sometime next week. So then I'll have an extra hospital bed to give out to anybody that needs it.
Reaper's calling. Hey, what's up, Reap? Oh, well, we're almost finished up with the mom update. Just come on in when you get here.
Don't mean to put you guys on hold. Right. The answer's the phone during the live.
Sorry, guys.
That was rude. So Reaper's almost here?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to make it. All right, so let me see now. They gave us another 40 hours. So it ain't approved yet, but the lady put in the paperwork because I guess they had put her in wrong to begin with and only gave us 70 hours a week. So now we've got 117 or 112 hours, something like that, a week. So we're looking for another nurse. Mara found 2. One was supposed to come today. Actually, she was supposed to be here yesterday. She didn't show up. She rescheduled for today. She didn't show up today. So forget about that one. We've got another nurse scheduled for next week to come as a meet and greet. And we will see how, she acts and stuff. And, I will have 16 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
All right.
Of double nurses. Hang on a second. And then we'll have Mara on Saturdays and Evelyn on every other Sunday. So I will have every single day to get things done, which will be great. So I'm loving life, and they're covering it. It's a matter of time. We're working that out. Plus, one more thing. Remember, they were going to give us the bathroom remodel to give Tracy a shower she can roll into with a hump and all that stuff. Well, they were going to replace it with my shower in my bedroom is really small, and it was 4 foot long by 30 inches wide, and it was rough for me and Tracy to be in there together because I'm 4 foot by 30 inches. So, but no. With her in her wheelchair and me in there, we needed at least 5 foot. They wouldn't approve the moving of the wall. So my boys went and moved the wall over. We now have 61 inches in between, and they're happy with that. They called, and they're going to start on the bathroom remodel. So Tracy's going to get her roll-in shower, and now we're just looking for a shower chair for her to put her in. That way I can take her in the shower and give her a bath and stuff in there. And I think that's all the good news. We're doing. She's doing great. She's not been sick in forever. She's doing awesome. She's breathing off of the air oxygen a whole lot more. She's staying at 97, 98% oxygenation. So she's doing great. I mean, yay for the Tracy update. I'm loving it. She's doing good, and more things are happening. So that's our. The whole time I didn't have the background on for Tracy. Why didn't you, Josh?
Because realize.
I didn't even realize. Wow, I'm sorry, guys. Let me just put it on just so you can get a little look-see at Tracy. There she is, waving hi. Oh, with her cut finger. Remember she did that?
Yeah.
Look at Tracy. We're at the Kent University there picking up their fish.
So in honor of tonight, the drinking word of the night is going to be Reaper.
Reaper? He
'Cause
ain't even here.
Here.
Oh, he's here.
Reaper's
here.
Oh my God!
Oh, look at Reaper.
Rush hour.
Oh, was it rush hour?
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't make it on time?
Yeah.
Rush hour? Really?
Rush hour.
Come on, you can't lie to me. Why did you really not make it?
My hair, it takes so long.
No. What's the real reason you didn't make it on time?
You guys would not believe this.
Okay, what?
I ran out of gas.
He ran out of gas. Reaper, you're something else, buddy. Let me tell you.
I swear it was full when I left. I don't know what happened.
All right, let's go back to the show now. Thank God Reaper's finally here.
Your hair got so gray, bud.
Yeah,
And long. It grew so long in like a day.
my beard too.
Wow. John Doe, everybody. John Doe.
Reaper, everyone.
Reaper. Oh, funny.
So every time Reaper's mentioned, you gotta consume.
That's funny. I can't believe you just pulled that off. He said, Reaper ain't coming? Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. And he left. Look at
Funniest
this.
part was Reap just showed up in the chat and he's like, "What's up, everyone?" And everyone's like, "Reaper, watch the road." And he's like, "What's going on, Josh?"
He said
I knew
that?
something was up.
Where's it at? I can't see
Keep
it.
scrolling up, scroll up. There's Reaper said, "Okay, Josh, what's going on? Watch the road, Reaper."
You guys are the greatest. You guys are the greatest.
All right, we got Colin Doyle for $10. He says, "What's going on, fishy friends and the men of the show? Drinking word 3 times. So Reaper. Just getting this party
There
started.
you go, buddy. Colin.
Daddy's thirsty. Corona night. Well, here's to you, bud."
Here's to you and your Coronas. Oh, my goodness. Watch the road, Reaper. That's funny. All right. Now,
Oh, someone said, "Is that Creeper?"
this is my buddy Creeper.
Better watch out around me.
Oh man, that's
How you know how I felt when I dressed up as Reaper? Isn't that get up hot?
It is.
It's hot. Yeah.
Reap said, "My hair's so long."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Melissa Walker says, "I miss Tracy being on here. Hope to see her soon."
No,
Well, you know what? I got a call from somebody today, and it's one of our followers, and their son had the same thing happen, a anoxic brain injury. And the doctors told her the same thing. He'll never amount to nothing. He'll never be nothing more than a vegetable. He'll never come off the machines. And she said he's not only recovering, but he's also driving now. So, there's stages of recovery in this situation. Doctors don't know what they're talking about. Tracy has come so far from what she was. She was a bag of bones there, and that was it. She was in a coma, and she got horrible looking the way the nursing home was taking care of her. She looked like a bag of death. It was horrible. So bone skinny, bones sticking out the skin. I mean, she was down to 89 pounds. It was horrible. We've got her healthy look, and it looks like Tracy's there. All she got to do is wake up and she get up and walk. That's how good she looks now. So, I forget the medical. I cannot believe they acted like that. So, but yeah, we're just, the more time, the more she can recover. It's taken a while, I know, but she's still progressing. So as long as she progresses, I'm still there fighting.
Dave Hudson said, "Been waiting for Stay Fishy Friday so I can ask if you found out what the noise was on the fishing
No,
filter."
we still not. Every time you go in that corner, you still hear it. And then it shuts up when you start looking for it. And if you're talking, you still hear it. It's driving me crazy. Somebody said it was a tree frog. I've never heard the noise before, but yeah, it's definitely like a cricket or a frog that would shut up when you come close. It's definitely doing that.
Who Took My Mojo said, Josh and Bigrich, can you place a small bag of potting soil under the stand in the pool for the elephant ear to root in and to grow into? No, I cannot.
It's in a bag of potting soil, or I'm sorry, it's in a pot full of potting soil with gravel at the bottom, and then the roots are overgrown the top into the water and out the bottom into the water. So we don't want to put more dirt in there.
That's what just clogged the filter.
Yes. If you guys remember, the night we put it in there, it fell over a few times and Josh was angry and all this stuff. He finally got it to set upright, but what he didn't tell me was it was a round pot and he got it to sit on inside the stand. Well, last night at 11 o'clock, I go out there and the whole thing is bent over sideways and all the leaves are in the water. All the dirt's poured out. And I tried setting it back up, but because it fell through the stand, it was under the stand. So now the whole pot's underwater. You know, it was bad. I had to get it up, bend the stand open, try and get it up out, and then bear hug it and carry it to the side. And I let it sit on the side all night and, you know, open back up because all the leaves are bent one way. It finally opened up today, and we're doing good. I fixed it today. Well, actually, John come over and helped me fix it. And we got a tray that sits in there perfectly. So now the square pot that sits in there is sitting on flat ground, not hanging from the two sides, which it came up and went like this. Was the pot. It's square on the bottom, but the sides came up wider and then went skinnier. That's what fell through the stand. So it's back up, it's back in place, and it's fine. We just got to leave it go now and let it take back over like it was doing outside. But so, you know, it's fine now.
We got another question that says, what kind of Reaper grow light do you have under the koi pond? Reaper. Did I say Reaper?
Under the koi pond. Grow light under the koi pond.
I have no idea what that means.
We have a grow light on top of the alligator snapping turtle, which has got the LEDs with the white and the blue and the red and the green in it. LEDs with the white are good for showing the fish. LEDs with the white and blue are good for plants. LEDs with the red and the white and the blue are great for flowering plants. So I don't know about the green, but Anthony Westland says, laughing my butt off for fake Reaper.
So I see there's a bunch of people adding in some questions. You guys are starting early.
Anthony Westland says, you just have a wig and a beard laying around? Actually, yes. Josh bought the wig at a party store because we're putting out a response to Rod from Predatory Fins video, and that's the wig to be Rod's wife. And in the video, Josh actually wears a dress and is Rod's wife. Okay, so I want to tell him about it so bad. It's so funny.
Already did.
Huh?
Already told him a little bit.
No, I told you. So anyways, you got to watch for that video coming out. It's hilarious. So yes. And then this here was, remember way back when I pretended to be Reaper, that was the beard I used. That was actually my duster. I took the wood out of the center, put a yarn through it and tied it to my ears. And now that's the beard. So that was laying around. Reaper, my hair's so long. He's funny. Brandon you says, love you guys. Look forward to every video. Well, every video is unique and cool, so I commend you.
Dave Hudson said, didn't know Reaper was using so much anti-aging cream. Yeah,
how are you here and on the live stream at the same time? I don't understand.
It's crazy.
You got your wife logged on as you at home, right? Don't you?
You don't know that.
Is Reaper using Pantene now?
I don't smell much Pantene yet, so I don't know.
Melissa F says Team Tracy with 4 hearts. I love that. Yeah, she has come very far. She's holding her head up now for hours at a time instead of 10 minutes. She's definitely getting her muscle stretched back, and we give her that Pro Source, which helps build muscle. So she's not bone skinny no more. She's got actual muscles back. So who will be the successor to the rescue? Well, when and if I ever die, it would be Josh, of course.
Yep.
Colleen Perkins says, congratulations, Josh and Brittany, on your own place. Oh, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Not like we're moving on yet. I mean, the rescue still exists. I mean, still here.
Josh found a house, and he bought it here in Strongsville, about 4 minutes away. And it's what size house?
Close to 6,000.
6,000 square feet house. He bought this for a big, pretty penny. So him and Brittany are moving out. This is true. And moving on. And I'm sad. Josh has been my best friend. And he moved away for college. And then he got out for college. He moved back here. And then, he's just been putting his money in the bank because, we do things here anyway. And I'm already, I got my house paid for and stuff. So we just pay the bills. And, it's a good way of living the way we've done it. And, he's been my best friend and all that. I knew someday it would happen. I just didn't know it'd be now. So him and Brittany are moving out. They're moving on to their own place, and it's right down the street. People are wanting to know, are you like, moving out like F you, Dad? I'm moving to my own place. Or are you moving out and still going to be around the rescue?
I had stipulations. So for one, I wanted to stay close so I can still help out with Mom and the rescue.
Aww.
So after I get off work, I can still stop by here, check on the old man, make sure he's still, alive and well.
See an old man somewhere? You see one? I don't see one.
64.
I'll still be feeding, my half of the fish. So, I still have my chores. I do water changes, still keep up with my half of the videos and whatnot. So nothing will change on your guys' end. I just might not, if he's making a video during the day, something like that, I probably won't be in it.
And I'll be here in this 8,200 square foot home all by myself with Tracy.
I'll be right there with you.
So
thanks, Creeper. You're the best, Creeper. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's that. People asked about fish there at the house. We're gonna keep all the fish here, consolidate. You don't want to keep branching it apart because you got this fish there, that fish there. It just adds more stress, more more problems. You consolidate it, it's all in one space. All your medications are here. If a pump goes out, it's right here. If a tank crashes, you can move it from this tank to this tank. I'm not calling that 3 a.m. My tank just crashed. We need to get these fish over to your house. That is, not fun. So we will continue to upgrade things here, and we've got some big things happening this weekend, and more big things happening next week. So.
And you don't even know all the stuff I've done today. We got so much done today and started on so much new stuff. I'll fill you all in on that later. But let me address this real quick. Wolverine Hoosier says, could you address the people being rude on the Facebook 501c3 page? I find people calling others ignorant and just being rude to others that come there for help. Well, listen, for many years, this was one of the nicest pages around because we were under 10,000 people and everybody was there to help everybody. And I weed through, all the stuff. In the last 6 months, we have just soared up to 38,000 people. And there is all kinds of bots getting through and trying to advertise, and then people acting like they're me, asking people for money to help with Tracy's bills and stuff. I had to delete that. That was something Janie something today was actually going to our people and asking for help, And wow, it was crazy. So listen, you're going to have to deal with that. When you see somebody doing something bad, this is your best situation. Report it, because then any one of the mods or me or Josh can see it, and then we can handle it. If you just sit there and say, well, that was rude, dude's an ass, and you move on, we don't get to see it. We don't get to hear about it. Report everything. If it isn't worthy of being banned, then we'll leave it. If it should be banned, we'll delete it. If the person was that rude, they need to be banned, or it's their 7th or 8th time, we get rid of them altogether. So we need people reporting. You can do it anonymously. It don't matter. I'm not telling anybody who turns anybody in. I'm just saying I don't know about it unless you people report it. So report the problems. I promote goodness and help. If somebody, even a new person, comes on there, I bought a 10-gallon tank today and 3 Pacu that some store sold me. What do I do? Well, we're there to help, not say you dumb it. You know, they don't know. I did not swear. I
Be
did dumb-
nice. I'm just rattling it so you know.
So hang on a second. She's clear. So you know, I want people to help. As far as posts, people get mad when we don't let their posts go through. But this forum is for rehoming and helping people. So if the post helps somebody, I'll let it through. If the post is for rehoming or you need fish that you can take and you can help rehome, I'll let them through. But all these posts about, oh, I want to show you my fish, and here's my 13 fish tanks and all that. We're having to cut down on because there's just too many people in the group. So if it has something to do with rehoming or helping people, hey, what happened here? I got this fish and now all my fish are sick, and here's the pictures of them. Of course, we let them through because then all of our people can help them. If you see something for sale, fish, report it. We together can make this a nice, happy community, but we're having to limit a bunch of posts. So what I'm asking you guys is don't take it personal if your posts don't get approved. People get mad and leave the group. Why? You want to show me your dog licking the water out of the fish tank? Well, that has nothing to do with rehoming or helping. So we don't let it through because we're trying to limit the post. I'm sure it was cute and it was great, but there's just too many problems right now. There's too many people causing problems. It's just, do your part and report it, and then we can handle it. We cannot handle it if you don't report it. So that's the address. Go ahead, Josh.
We got Jim Sheasley for $5. So would changing over from over the back to sponge filters save on electric?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would by a lot, and it saves on maintenance too.
Yes. Change from your hang on the backs to either double sponge filters or even 4, 2 in each corner, or matten filters. They're the same thing as sponge filters, but they cover the whole corners in the back. They work great. They're even better than sponge filters, but sponge filters are amazing in their own. Okay. So yes, change over to sponge filters, but have at least 2, because 1 month you can take one out and wring it out and clean it and put it back in. The next month you can clean the other one. You never want to clean all your filtration at once because that drops your bacteria way down. And then you'll go through a mini cycle building your bacteria back up. No one wants that. So yes, great question.
So people are asking about the pea puffers and other fish I'll be taking. I don't plan on taking no fish. The pea puffers can go. It's a small tank. The only other thing I might see in the future would be if we ever get a baby fish in that needs, 24/7 care, fed 3, 4, 5 times a day, then I can set up a small tank there and have just that baby fish in there until it doesn't need such care, and then it could come into a tank here, because that's one of the biggest problems around here. Yes, we love all these fish, but some of them are just a pain in the butt. You have to feed them so many times a day. Water changes every other day because you're feeding them so much. And it gets to be a lot. And then involving that with all these fish that are coming in through quarantine. We're using one of our quarantine tanks for this one tiny fish. So, that might work out that way. But all the fish are pretty much staying here.
And he's taking the dog with him.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'll take the dog. And yeah.
No, I'll keep Reaper. You're taking Creeper. We're splitting the family up, buddy.
I mean, there's other easy things like the snapper turtle.
I have no problem with him. Yeah.
Either way. But all that'll come in time. Literally, you could take a frisbee, throw it in the air, and you can hit my house.
No, you cannot.
No, you can't. But it's like that close. So we're here on this main road. You drive up Howe, and I'm on the next main road up there. Great. So not far at all.
Nice.
All right, let's get back to some of these questions. Sorry, I'm just getting back to reading this.
The picture behind us is the pool pond, but it's eons ago. There's hardly no plants over here, and the big umbrella, or what do you call it? The big plant we got in the middle. What's it called?
Oh, the elephant ear.
Elephant ear is not there. This is from eons ago. So, is the 580 even over there?
No,
The 580 isn't even there.
This was about a year ago. That 200 cube is still there that we sold to Steven last winter.
Oh, that's the 200 cube. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a long time ago. We'll make an updated video so it'll look good and
So yeah, we'll have a new one for next week. Dad'll be gone in Dallas for the show down at Aquashella, and next week will be the Halloween edition live stream. So be fun.
yes, I will be in Aquashella.
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. Don't miss it.
You're gonna have who's gonna be on with you?
Can't tell you. We're all gonna be
You're
in
gonna be-
costume.
You gonna be there next week, Friday?
I've
Got a
got
live show.
I've got a few candidates that they either
Oh,
come.
Will possibly. I don't know. I'm guessing here. Who you got coming?
Not me. Yeah.
Well,
you-
there's others that I did not tell you that might be coming out.
Who?
Familiar faces. I can't tell you. You're gonna have to watch the stream.
Trying to go to Aquashella with you. What do you mean?
Oh, dude, good luck finding plane tickets. They went from $700 up to $1,200, and then when they canceled them, I tried finding them, and they were $1,800 for the 3 tickets. So they're like, actually, the reason I didn't go on the $1,800 for sure was the price of each ticket was $666. I'm like, oh no, that's a sure sign. I'm not buying those tickets. But then we went on this one thing where it's like a flexible flyer thing, and Reaper had something, and we got it, and we got all the tickets for $700. So $760. So we're talking 246, 255, 750. So about $250 a ticket.
Nice.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
Oh man.
Yes, it would have been nice if Josh could buy the house next door, but they refused to sell it to us, and
Tried buying the house across the street.
yeah, nobody wants to sell.
Yeah. In time. We'll see. And I always put the house back up for sale to be worth more when I move out of it than when I'm moved in. That's for sure.
Well, that too, and then you can always put it with your rental properties and rent it out.
Yep.
So, because when I go, I'm leaving mostly everything to Josh. His brothers. His oldest brother gets a house. His other brother, basically Josh's gonna split it with. Like, I don't know, there's certain things I'm leaving to certain kids, but that they earned and they we work together on or whatever. So Josh helped me build here, so he's getting this house, and he can sell if he wants and split the money with his brothers. That's up to him. But there's the thing. Not only am I losing my son and my help around here, I'm also losing my best friend. So that's the thing, I mean, I get it. Him and his girlfriend, they want to together, but I don't know. It's. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but it's happening, and that's all there is to it. So we got to go on. I don't know what I'm going to do in this 8,200 square foot home by myself with Tracy. This is crazy. So I don't know. Yes, Brooke, Rich Jr. gets the car. It was me and him that built that car. And it was me and Joshy that did the OFR. So Josh gets all the tanks and stuff. So me and the oldest, Richard, we didn't really build nothing together. He wasn't around during his youngest days because his mother took him from me. And it took me like 12 years to find out where they lived before I could take him to court. And I finally got father's rights and got him on weekends. And then, a mere 6 years later, he turns 18. So he's living with his soon-to-be wife down in Cincinnati. And we didn't really get to build nothing together. But I'm going to leave him at least one of my houses, that I got for rental so that he's got something that, Dad left him.
Drew Ficarota said Rich needs a new dog.
I do. I'm looking at an Irish Wolfhound. I've been wanting one for like 5 years. Well, actually 3 years since Goliath died. That's what I was looking at. And I don't know how we got stuck into taking that little ankle biter. I mean, he's cute. You know, Brutus is cute. Or
So
Diesel is cute.
someone asked who gets the Fly River turtle. Honestly, if
It's
it
all
came-
mine.
if
Mine.
it
It's
came
all
down
mine.
to it, we have 2 of them, so we could just split them up if we really wanted to. But it don't matter.
We're not splitting things. We're not doing that stuff. Josh is just moving down the street to be with his girl. That's it.
But you know, the thing is, we have these animals at OFR to where if someone comes and visits, they can see everything. Oh,
Right.
not that one's at Josh's house, or that one's there. Which now some things are. You know, we have friends who live down the street who have tanks, and we've given them certain fish because they didn't work out here, and they were taking up a huge tank for just, you know, one fish. So we went ahead and moved them down the road. May it happen in the future? I don't know. Maybe, could be. But as of now, everything stays here. All right, back where I'm. Oh, people are asking if you want grandkids.
Well, of course. Just not with anybody. I want the right woman. You know. So
Stephen Bundeluck for $5, and he didn't say anything.
hey, what's up, buddy? That's my brother from Long Island.
Who will inherit Paco? Paco's staying here. He's staying in the 3,000.
Steven, if we ever get rid of Paco, he's coming back to you.
Commands in New Orleans says, "Oh, I completely understand, Bigrich. It's tough being an empty nester. Keep your friends close." What's the best acrylic tank brand? What do you think?
I don't know, you know, because we don't buy tanks. We don't buy new tanks to know what's the best. There's 1,000 new, you know, tank manufacturers out there. If you'd asked me, I would have said Tenacore, but I bought their biggest tank when they were going out of business. So they've been out of business since. And you know what? It's been 13 years later, and that 1,000-gallon is still sitting out there full, looking beautiful as ever.
I'm going to dispute that. So, before, yes, you know, we have a few Tenacore tanks here. The 1,000, the 2,200 is also a Tenacore tank. The 500 cube, there's a few smaller ones too. But, you know, they were a great company. They shut down. But I have a problem with Tenacore. They use the wrong size material on tanks that they're supposed to stick their name on. If you're a company and you stick your name on this tank, that is branded. That has your seal of certification.
How do you get this information?
That 500-gallon cube that popped because it's too thin, that's a Tenacore tank.
How do you know that? It don't say Tenacore anywhere.
Stamped right on the bottom, I promise you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not see that. My Tenacore, my 1,000-gallon, is, you know, not even as tall as that one, and it's made with much thicker material. So that had to be something somebody ordered and wanted as cheap as possible, which can happen to any company.
But there's one acrylic tank that, you know, I like better. Now, you know, I've had, you know, Clarity Plus. We've had all these different brands of acrylic tanks. Some work out well. Others, you know, don't. They all always bow. But there's one company, most of you guys hate on them so much, but absolutely love their tanks. Their work is great.
Don't say.
It's ATM.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no problem with
Absolutely
them. I was hoping you wouldn't say Marine Land, because they are the worst tanks out there.
Oh no, that I don't even know if they
I don't know if they make
tanks.
acrylic. They're glass tanks that break all the time.
Yeah, but the ATM tanks that we have, that they are way over constructed, and even on their seams,
real simple
butt joints.
Right, real simple on that Dwight Howard tank. They built that for a snake enclosure. They could have made that with a 1/4-inch acrylic. Instead, they made it with 1 1/4 inch. This is the only reason I'm available of sealing off the back doors and then filling it up, because it's 4 foot tall, 1 1/4 inch. Amazing. That's way overbuilt. Brett told me they had some extra stock laying around. That's why they built it like that. So in that situation, it worked out great, because now I can turn that into a fish tank.
Yeah, but just the craftsmanship, even on the Bellagios, there's only one flaw that we can find on the entire tank. The seams look absolutely impeccable, but where they butted the two front panels together,
10-foot and 10-foot come together.
they didn't do a butt joint like this. They went ahead and cut them on a diagonal, so there's actually more surface area for them to contact in. And putting two pieces of acrylic together, it's almost impossible to get that seam quite perfect all the way up and down. And they did it probably about 98.79%. And there's just a little hair of an imperfection in that seam, and you can't see it unless the shine, or the sun shines in at 7:05 p.m. in the eastward direction, and then it shines on the tank right, and then you can finally see it. Other than that, I have no problem with the tanks at all.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what are you feeding your girls' pea puffers? My pea puffers are not eating. Right now, they are eating bloodworms. They eat snails. They also eat shrimp and tilapia.
If you're having a problem getting yours to eat, throw in some little snails. I don't like feeding anything live, but in your situation, if you got snails anywhere in any of your tanks, throw them in there. We'll get them eating. Someone says, who gets Reaper?
That's you.
I get Reaper. He gets Diesel. They're both dogs. Kidding, Reaper. I'm kidding, buddy. That's what you get for not showing up, though. I'm just saying.
Lorcan96 says Irish Wolfhounds take a lot of vet trips due to health issues with breeding.
I read that, and I get that, but I had an Irish Wolfhound as a kid, and her name was Kira. And she was the biggest dog I've ever seen, and she didn't even look that big until she stood up on her hind legs, and now she was towering above my father, and just huge. And we never had any vet problems with her, never nothing. Lived for 11 years, and then she went after a burglar that broke into the house, and she got shot in her face, through her mouth, out her chin, into her chest, and out her side, and still subdued the robber. Cops came, took him away, and our dog proceeded to die. We never had no vet problems with her, though. She was the most amazing dog. She was like a little Shetland pony next to me, and I'm a little kid, so I'm holding on to her like this. She was an amazing dog, the smartest dog I ever had. Listened so well, did so many tricks. Oh my God. She was an amazing dog, and I've always wanted one since. So now's my chance. I'm not going to pass on it. I'm going to go looking for an Irish Wolfhound. If there's problems, well, then I'll deal with that. But,
So 603 Living says, Josh, it won't be long before you have yourself a nice acrylic show tank for your living room. Might as well be the mats. I gave up the hobby, monster fish.
Oh, wow, there was like 3 digs in that.
So, I've thought about that, and some of you might be right, but at the same time, all my show tanks are here. If I want to show somebody my fish, I bring them over to my dad's. So I'm not going to try and split this up in 2 different places. Like, we just built that patio out back. If I want to have a bonfire by the pond, I'll have my friends over here, and I'll go use Dad's house. I don't
have the friends here, get drunk, tear up things here, and then he goes home to sleep in his nice clean house.
I'm just saying, I don't have to build an extravagant fire pit there and try and do it in 2 different spots. I can do other things there.
Yeah, like have a basketball court set up, where you can play basketball there, where we don't have the area here. We don't have the right area here.
Or have a big barn, so store all the equipment.
Store all the equipment. You've got that big lot next to you. Your brother's going to be hitting you up to store his equipment there. So, all right, let's hear. George Mitchell says, Bigrich, could you put stingrays in your pool? Okay, up until now, we never have, because of 2 reasons. One, stingrays will bury themselves under the gravel, and there's a lot of people that jump in the pool. So if you land on them, you can definitely hurt them or kill them. Or the least worry is you land on them and hurt them, and they stab you with their tail. So no stingrays have been in the pool pond. 2, the reason being is they shed their tail, what's it called? Barbs. They shed their barbs and they build up in the fish tanks. We take them out. In the pool pond, they would just be down there, and then you'd go walk along one day and stab your foot walking on one. And they retain the poison in between the little barbs. So it's not a good idea. But there's a situation arose now where somebody in California got closed down. Their permits are not being renewed, and they're having to give the stingrays away, or the state's going to take them. So they're shipping us all the stingrays. It's crazy, and I'll let you guys know all about this later. But all next week we're going to be at the airport, except getting the stingrays being delivered in, and we are going to have to put them in the pool pond. So there's nothing else we can do. I don't have any place else for this many, this quality, this big breeder stingrays. So I don't know how long we're going to have them there. He has to give them away. So he wanted us to have them. But, if, like, say, a year from now he comes up with a new place and, he can take them back, I'd gladly give him his stock back, because he spent a fortune on buying high-quality breeder stingrays. We're not talking $1,000 or two a piece. We're talking 20 grand a piece. These are high-quality breeder stingrays. So we're going to do our best and keep them here. And if he could ever get his, business set up somewhere else where he can't have them back, I'd gladly give them back to him. But he says he just has to give them to us now and take them so that we can save them. Because if the state takes them, they're most likely going to euthanize them. So that's some big news coming up that I wasn't going to let out yet.
Yeah. Not much.
Warehouse Mod Squad says the guy in the middle is asleep. Well, that's Reaper. He's always asleep. Reaper, wake up!
Whoa. Sound like Gandalf back there.
Yeah. Come on. Grab the give me your hand. Grab the imaginary staff and say, "You shall not.
Thou shalt not pass."
You've never seen the movie? Show them how it goes.
You shall not pass.
What is wrong with you, Reaper? Don't you watch TV? Do they not have TV where you're from?
What's a television?
Wow. Is Josh quitting YouTube? Jupiter One wants to know.
No. Big fat no.
Never.
For those of you asking about stingray biology, it's not them. But good guess. All right, more questions. What's up? You got people wigging out in the chat. Well, not wigging out. They're asking questions.
You'll have to hold on to find out who it is, okay? He cannot say whether it is or isn't, and he shall keep his comments to himself on grounds that he might incriminate himself.
Someone asked, you ever thought about opening your own aquarium business?
Yes, many, many, many times. If I can get some sort of government grant, then that's exactly what I would do. My buddy Cliff from Electric City Public Aquarium and Reptile Den got a government grant and opened up Electric City Public Aquarium and Reptile Den in Pennsylvania. And they are doing awesome. It's like 8 years later, and they're still doing awesome. So if I could go the same route he would, I would definitely do it.
So you want to get on to another round of discussion?
Yes.
Seems as though
Of what?
Tell me.
That's what we're here for, to answer their questions and help them with all their problems, any of their problems.
Yeah, well, we're at the end of the chat now, so we got to start, discussing and spark some conversation in this chat here.
Okay.
So I got something. I forgot to make a post about it, but every year at the end of the year, we plan on draining out our ponds, and our koi's have babies upon babies upon babies.
Oh, we have got a bunch of babies back there.
So every year we're going to drain down on our pond, and we're going to have a end of the year, koi sell off to help fund a few
now
things.
in this, which you always hear me saying, we don't sell any of the fish. What I mean by that is the rescue fish. We won't come out and rescue your fish and then sell them off. If we rescue your fish, you'll see them here, or I've got your permission to find them good homes. We will not sell them. That's not part of our motive, motif. Now, these are all our babies that we had here, and if we can sell them cheaper, and you can buy them anywhere else, it would help us out. We can buy frivolous things. Like, you never see me spending money, wasting money, I say, on a background for a tank. We don't need a background. The fish they need a tank. They need room. We don't need a background. That's for personal viewing pleasure. That's frivolous. Okay. So if we sell off all these baby koi, let's say $5 a baby, and they're 6 inches, that's cheaper than you can find them anywhere else. Plus they're, really nice koi and stuff like that. A lot of people can get a lot of nice koi that way. And, last year we had that same sell off, and we gave a bunch of people a lot bigger for the same price,
Right.
Because when they have babies, they grow. So if we got some that are a foot long, we still have some that are 3-4 inches long. So, we had a great time last summer selling them off, and a lot of people loved it. They kept coming back for more and more because it was so cheap. So I know you can get koi at like a one of these fish places for like $3 a piece, but you go there and they're going to be 2 inches. They're going to look like a goldfish, But we're talking 6-inch koi, $5. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
So speaking of that, we're going to have a vat of koi that we can get rid of. I'm going to be making a post, and it'll most likely be on a weekend, and we'll just open it up to people. If you guys want to come support us, come get some koi. First come, first serve. We did it last year, and it was a hectic time, but first person to arrive, they got their pick, and then on your way you go. If you want to see
the rest of the day.
Right.
You showed up at the end of the day, there's 27 left, and take your pick.
Right. So if any of you guys are interested, go ahead and get a hold of me, and when the time comes, we'll go ahead and make that day possible. Might be as early as Sunday, could be next week.
Ain't gonna be Sunday, because what happens Sunday. Oh wait, today's Friday. You're talking this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It might be. I doubt it, because we got to put the post out and let people know. So right now it's Friday. Next Friday, me and Reaper are getting on a plane and going to Aquashella. We're going to be there for the weekend. My nurse Mara is going to be here. Josh is going to be here, and I got Chrissy's going to show up and be here. And Mara's going to work 12-hour shifts Friday and Saturday, so that she's going to actually sleep here afterwards. The other 12 hours, she'll be here just in case something happens or she needs changed. The guys watching, Tracy, can wake Mara up. She can do that. That way, I can go and do this show, this Aquashella show. So Mara's the best, and we got Chrissy's going to help out, and Josh will help out when he's not working. So it's gonna be a good show. We're gonna have a good time. I hope to see you all there. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's called Aquashella. You gotta go. There's a flyer. It shows me. We got Brett Raymer from Tanked is going to be there. DIY Joey's going to be there. Anymore? Dustin Wonderluck from I forget the name of his plants.
Greg Woodstock will be there.
Greg Woodstock's going to be there. Tanner Serpent's going to be there. Rob from Flip Aquatics. KG Tropical's going to be there. What's the other one? My buddy
Joe Shrimp Shack.
He's going to be there. No, there's another one. He's right there with KG Tropicals. The other guy, bald head.
Primetime
Aquatics. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't believe I forgot his name. They're going to be there. There's going to be all kinds of people going to be there. And that's just the few that I remember. There's hundreds more. It's going to be the biggest show of the year. It's going to be awesome. And I'll be there signing autographs, taking pictures, and giving out stickers.
And a mermaid suit.
No. I'll be dressed as the fat guy from OFR. Me. I'm dressed as me. This is how I'm going to go.
All right. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Reaper was asking about fish he can put in a 55 with plants. Any sort of community fish, basically, Reap. we got something that comes in, and I tell you, it's community. 99% of the time, they can go in with plants. So take your pick.
Okay, this one I don't understand. I'm hoping off the chat, boys and girls. Thanks for welcoming, Melissa, and hope you're doing well, Reaper. Keep up the great work, guys. I don't know what. There's 3 subjects there. I don't know what any of them mean. I'm sorry.
Sidebar conversation.
That probably is. Oh, Bear's leaving. Okay, I get it. Yeah, see you, Bear.
Someone asked, what are the plans for this weekend? Can't tell you. Gonna have to watch the videos. You guys know how I am. I don't let the cat out of the bag like someone.
If it's happening, I tell it. I found out Josh was moving. I told you guys. Made a video. You know, it's not this guy. Let me tell you. Go home, Josh.
You got to keep people wanting to come back for more. Yeah.
I don't use them tricks. I just put out video, and they want to be here and hang out with us. That's it.
Well, we could put out the video. You just know a week beforehand.
Yeah, I told everybody, wait till you see the video. This and they're like, oh, the suspense. Okay, Josh, or suspense.
All right, we have Hadrian. He says, what fish can I put in the acrylic tank to clean up algae but not scratch the acrylic? Depending on what fish you have and how big, I would say golden algae eaters are the best for
Is that
cleaning
the
up
Chinese algae eater?
Yeah.
I love the Chinese algae eaters. They do much more work, much better work than regular algae eaters. Everyone says, get a Pleco, all your algae problems will be gone. No. You get rid of a little bit of algae and you have poop problems, trails of poop everywhere, you know?
Flying fox.
Yeah, but depending on what fish you have, the flying fox can be a little bit of a butthead. All right. Someone asked, how is the mermaid fund going?
Last I saw, it was up to like $200. And then I had 150 donated to OFR with parentheses for the mermaid fund. So we're looking at 350.
What was it at 5 or 4?
No.
Drew Figueroa asked, which man eater do you think will end up in the pool first?
Ooh, good question.
Well, I don't know. Probably, let's say, the jowl by the time he gets that big will be too evil. Okay, he'll chomp down anything he can fit in his mouth.
He's be in that pool.
You think?
He's gonna have to.
Then let's say the goonch.
Goonch is slow,
He takes
slow growing.
such a long time to grow, so that'll be forever. The tigrinus,
He's not a.
he's never going to go in the pool.
Eater.
Said
man eaters.
Okay, I'm thinking the exotic fish. Okay, man eaters. What else do we got?
I think the red tail is.
What else do we
A
got?
small child eater, maybe. You got the Paraíba, the Wallago Leary, the Goonch.
Oh, the Paraíba's
and
getting big. We're gonna have to move him soon. He's probably gonna have to go into the 3,000 for a while. But I bet you the Paraíba would be in the pool first.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
That was gonna be my guess. And then the jowl right behind him. And then, after the Goonch is over, I'd say 4 foot. We'll then throw him into the pool.
Now wait a minute. El Real Gapants says Lake, Paul, and raw fishing. I didn't see any flyers with any of them on there. I mean, they're all our friends, and I'd love for them to go, but I didn't see any of them on any of the flyers. There's like 5 different flyers out there, but I didn't see their names on any of them.
Yeah, the only one that showed up to the Aquashella in Chicago.
That was Blake, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Someone's asking for pasties on the mermaid.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So someone asked how involved I'll be with the rescue. Guess you're just gonna have to watch and find out. You've answered this question.
From Suspenseful Josh.
I'll be around, guys. Don't you worry. Do you guys ever think about putting the live feeds in the corner of the pool room where the couches are? That way you won't need any backgrounds.
What was that? What was the first part of it?
Talking about a live feed in the corner of the pool room.
Oh, live feeds. See, I haven't figured out how to monetize it on YouTube. Okay, so the problem is if I put up 10 hours of no commercials and everybody watches that and not our videos, then how are we paying for the rescue? The money I'm making on the YouTube is all going to the rescue. We haven't got to where we have mad money. We haven't got to where we just almost made it to where it's paying for itself. So we're working our butts off just so that we don't have to take out of our other pay coming in, like my house is or his job, to pay for the rescue. We finally got the YouTube videos coming in and doing pretty decent. So, you know, I don't know why we would cut our own throat to do that. I do want to do that. I do want to have an underwater live, like maybe on a platform where it would stream 24/7, but you have to pay monthly to be on there.
They're not gonna want to see me walk out there in my underwear.
You never walk out there in your underwear. No, we have rules around here. I've never been out here I can't say that. There was that one OCA show where I fell into the pool out in the fish room, and I took my shorts off and walked into the house with my tidy whities. And Mike Droughty from Imperial Tropicals was here. And he's like, Rich, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, just get some shorts on. So that has happened. But no, we don't walk around here like that. We don't act like that because his room is his room. My room is my room. Everything else is community area, you know? Then, okay, somebody said about getting anoles and tree frogs from Florida and letting loose out here. The problem I have with that is I grew up in Florida and they were everywhere, and you actually walk on them. I've killed a few by accident, and it kills me. And then if they get in the water, the fish will eat them for sure. So I don't know. I spent all my life trying to make sure there are no bugs and critters crawling around my house. Why would I put some in?
What's a good fish to put in with my Stingray to clean the glass? I've been told no to a plecos, they will suck on their eyeballs. Is this true? It's possible. Not all plecos will, but some will, suck on their disc, and eyeballs a little more, far-fetched. But I would go with the flagtail. Those are some of the greatest algae eaters for the bigger tanks.
A to Z fish room. Mike did not see Rich's deck. He saw my tiny whiteys, okay? He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Randy asked if it is snowing up there yet. No snow. It's
cold.
It's been a warm October.
Yes, but it's getting down to like 49 degrees at night. So, and when it rains, it feels really cold, but no snow yet.
So we're supposed to be projected to be an above average, warmer winter than we're used to. So I hope that holds true.
Someone else says, and Therese Lapre says, maybe the Patreon subscribers. Yes, because they pay monthly anyway. So I can put up a 24/7 live stream on there, and people can go on there, or at least 12 hours of this tank, 12 hours of that tank, and they can, watch each one of them, that would be a great idea, and I want to do that. So now the next problem is, how do we get an underwater camera that goes to my Wi-Fi, and then, I can log it on to my Patreon and have a stream, going from there. So we got to figure all that out. Jesus Fish Room says, did you ever find the animal that's making the noise? No, sir, we did not. Brooke Holly says, hi, Von Yinzer. So Von Yinzer's here. What's up, buddy? Teresa Lapre says, got down here at 37 in Michigan last night. See? So I'm talking about, we got to bring things in. We've been bringing plants in. But, anything like we brought in our pressure washer because it was outside. Now, if it freezes, it breaks the machine or, cracks the hoses, all that stuff from the cold.
Mm-hmm. That guy was asking if, Blake, Paul, or Raw Fishing would.
Oh, he was asking. Yeah, no. I didn't hear from any one of them that they're going. None of the flyers said that. And, none of them have contacted me. Blake actually contacted and said, he'd be there. Are we coming? I'm like, yeah, we'll be there. That was the last Aquashella. So, you know, none of them have gotten a hold of me. You know, but, you know, it seems to be there's a trend with the YouTubers. Up to 1 million, you're trying to show yourself out there
So
after the subscribers. Once you get 2 million subscribers, now you want to be paid to show up places and stuff like that. So maybe it's that thing to where they're not going unless they get paid. I don't know. I'm guessing here, guys. I don't know. I just know that like you know, certain people that get like 3 million subscribers, they want a limo ride from the airport to your event. They want paid for their time, and then they will come and do your event, and then they'll go back home. You know, so I'm not like that. You know, we're paying for our own plane tickets there. They gave us a hotel room for the 2 nights, which is great, and they take us out to dinner too. They're very nice people. You know, all these different venues do really well. We went down to the Cave City Mammoth Aquarium Expo, and we were like the biggest YouTubers there. And man, they treated us like gold. Took us out to breakfast, took us out to dinner, paid for our hotel room. I mean, they were great. They were great. And that's a nice show. That was our first show that they ever did last year. So watch out for Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo next year. It's going to be even better.
I had one here. Corey Swift says, I have 2 stingrays and a clown knife and a 180. My pleco died a while back. Algae growing in my tank. What's a good, not pleco algae eater?
I would get the Chinese algae eater and the flagtail. Why not?
Well, the stingrays would eat the Chinese algae eater.
It depends on the size. They only get, we've got one out there at 6 inches.
Right.
That's as big as I've ever seen them. Usually they're 4 inches, 3-4 inches, and you can see a trail through the algae that they eat. They're frantically eating the algae.
Right.
The flagtails, they sit there and suck, you know, off the top of the water all the time. They eat the algae, and they stay pretty big. I put my flagtails in with the stingrays.
So I heard a rumor.
What's that?
Now, there's going to be a scape off between, you know, Joey and Mike from Aquapros.
Yes.
I heard the loser of that match is getting handcuffed to you for the rest of the day.
Who said that? Is this something you're making up?
I'm gonna tell him myself. So Joey was on Instagram the other night, and he said, "What should the loser of this match get? To tell me your ideas." So I went on
they get handcuffed to me. I pity the fool.
I told him, I'm like, don't tell my dad, but I think the winner should be handcuffed to my dad for the rest of the day.
You mean the loser?
Yeah, what I meant. Yeah. We got Neil Ridgway for $5. He says, if Josh is moving out, he'd be doing less videos? ? Plus shout out. He said, yeah, I'm that sad, struggling depression. Your channel has been helping me the last 6 months. No, we'll
glad we can help, Neil.
We'll still be putting out the same amount of videos. Hardly nothing will change for you guys.
All changes for me.
But every other day you'll have, videos on the channel. So
here's what changes for me. He's gone 8 hours a day for work. Then he comes home and he works out for an hour. Then he eats something. Then he spends a little time with Dad in the fish room. Then he goes to bed with his girl. So instead of him going to bed, which I never bother him, he'll just go home. You'll probably move your workout stuff over there too.
If I don't end up selling it, well, we'll see. All depends. One day at a time. Here we go. Some more questions. Anyone ever had a bigger pleco make a fish disappear? So Von Yenzer, we've had all kinds of things, come to our message boxes.
Usually
different
plecos
fish
only eat the dead fish.
Yeah, usually the pleco will only eat dead fish, but yeah, there would be magical disappearances. I don't know where this fish was. I never found them in the tank.
We found them up inside decorations where they've been decaying for months. All kinds of crazy stuff. We found stuff under the gravel. They've been decaying. It's just weird stuff happens.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to say in that sense. But no, pleco usually won't go on a killing spree unless it's another pleco. Then
okay, now Tri-State Tropical says, can you guys please get some good-sized Gusto salt tanks going so I can bring you the real monsters already? This scorpion and tessellata eel are getting big.
All right, so there was someone earlier that asked about a bamboo shark. We actually just rescued one like 2 weeks ago, but we're still holding true. All the big saltwater fish are going over to Joe. So if you have monsters you want to give to us, we can
still rescue them and take
bring
them.
Yeah, so just be at Joe's.
If you want, certain fish that stay here with us, the saltwater tank we're setting up is a 220, but I'm going to set up, a tank next to it for water to run through for the rescues, because we don't want to put a big tessellata eel in our reef tank, okay? Because it'll eat a bunch of the fish, might destroy half of the reef, swimming through there. So if we have water running through a holding tank, we can have some fish here, stuff like that. So we're gonna, we're in the process of building this. We can still take them. As far as keeping them here, that's going to have to be like a display tank next to the salt water that we run water through.
But that it is not our goal to venture into a whole another side. Joe's taking on that whole, sector there. We can still go over there and film, and we can have the fish there. He's already got his big salt tanks up and going, and he's working on building an even bigger one, which he's taking our stand from the 4,400 he got back from the guy that he sold it to.
Okay.
He's now modifying that to make it 20-foot long, 10-foot wide, and then he's putting a 6-foot tall tank on top of it. So it'll be 20 by 10 by 6. He's going to be building it in place.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's doing his shark lagoon.
So he should get that 450 from us just to have the two 10-foot panels.
Well, Joe's one of them guys that he'd rather just buy it new, Them 2 5-foot by 5-foot panels I dropped off there when we went to New York, and that tank was busted. The guy was gonna throw it away. We just took the panels. We gave him those, and he said in less than a month, just sitting up against the wall, they cupped and they cracked in half.
That's because they were very thin. Someone wants to know if I'm going to do something with all this. No, not cutting it off. Not unless I get a good sum of money to, you can donate it.
Donate it to your favorite charity. I think I know who that is. All right. Let me catch up here.
What's the other tank we got? Not the Nassau tank, the other tank.
That is a sail fin something or another. I forget.
Sorry, can't answer that. Tri-State Tropicals wants to know. And he said he'd definitely take that Nassau tank.
Yeah, Joe's already been telling me, so you need to give me that thing.
He don't give us the fish we want from him. He's got some big. He's our saltwater selection, and we're going to set him up as our saltwater side of OFR. But he's got some big, huge peacock bass.
All them bass died. They were
They
old.
died?
Yeah, they were like 12 years old.
No.
Yep.
They live much longer than that.
It's died. But the one I really wanted off him was that Tem, and that thing ended up getting a swim bladder and couldn't end up saving that one. So,
well, if he keeps having fish that die,
those bass he's had in that tank for.
Yeah, they were there forever.
Mm-hmm. Not like they all died at once. 2 of the Renos died off like 2 years ago.
See, Tri-State Tropical says it's going to be nuts using 300 and 500 gallon tanks for sumps. You tank too small, son. He goes, this is just amazing. We're talking the 1,000-gallon tank next to our aquarium tank and having 1,000 gallons of water running through just for display animals and saving fish that we don't have to find homes right away for, a place. And put a few rocks in there, put some caves in there, and let them have a nice life.
We got Colin Doyle for $20. He said, Reaper, Reaper, Reaper. Wake up, fishy friends, it's Friday. Reaper, Reaper, Reaper.
Woo! John, why don't you take that get up off? You got to be sweating. Let me rip it off.
Yeah, this-
He's got fishing string tied to his ears.
Don't mess up my wig.
yeah, future videos.
Yeah, you look like you've been hot for a while.
Woo!
There you go. Much better. There's the John Doe we know. He came over and helped me. We took out all the saltwater stuff off the shelves today, and we took out exactly what I'm going to use for this 220-gallon tank. And we had to overbuild everything so that we can have the sump large next to it, you know. And so we upgraded from a protein skimmer, the Bubble Magus something elite, to this huge Reef Octopus, huge big protein skimmer. And, you know, we had to get our lights together. I got 4 of the AIs, and then I've got 3 AIs for the refrigerant down below so that we can have it build all of the algae down below on the tray and then pull the tray out and clean it off once a week and put it back. So we need lighting for that too. That way it keeps any of the algae off of your tank. But then, you know, all the automation from the original tank is going to go onto there. Plus our new Apex system's going on there. And we've gotten so many things out, and we cleared off 2 shelves out back there today. We busted butt this morning.
JF said John Doe is sexy.
Thanks, Jay.
What does JF stand for, and why is he saying John Doe sexy?
That would be a female,
I don't think so.
right?
We'll see.
He said,
Neil Ridgway says, you taking any predatory fence fish he leaves behind? We told Rod, because he's a friend of ours, we will help in any way, shape possible. If he needs certain fish, he's keeping. If they're shippable, ship them here. If we need to fly down there and he pays for a truck to come up here, we will hold them for him until he gets his new place set up. Any way we can help, we will help. So we'll just make videos on it, you know. So they already know that. Him and Kevin White from Stingray Biology already know we're there to help them no matter what, however they need. So that's the situation. And I don't want to talk much about it because it's their business to say whether they bought the new place, whether they paid this much, whether they did get it or didn't get it. That's all on them to say. So I just put it out. We're here and going to help them in any way possible. If you need me to fly down there, pay for my flight, I will fly down there. I will drive the truck back. I will take care of your fish until you find the new place, whatever, you know, whatever the situation is. That's what you do for friends.
Yeah, for sure. But that is not an easy task, though. That's a long drive for sure.
But that's 21 hours. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. I went to California twice in 1 month, driving there and driving home. Now it's 36-hour drive, so it should have been 72 hours. The first one took me like 90 hours. The second one took me like 120 hours. And woo, and you can see on the videos when I look back, I'm on my way back after staying up 36 hours straight there. I got there late. We didn't get the 12 hours of sleep I was planning to have there because the truck broke down. So we didn't get no sleep. I get there and I show up just in time for them to start loading up the truck for our trip back. Once I got to fishing, I can't go to sleep. So I was up for 110, 112 hours straight. And I get back here, and you can see on the videos. The first one, we're like, hey, guys, how you doing? Bigrich here from Ohio Fish Rescue. The second one was like, hey, guys, Bigrich from Ohio Fish Rescue. You know, Tracy's in the seat next to me. The third one was like, it's all bad. Can't keep my eyes open. I'm hallucinating. I'm seeing things. I'm smacking myself in the head because I'm seeing stuff, and I'm smacking myself to try and, yeah, I'm driving with the windows open. It was all bad, but I made it home. And when I got home, because my brain was not thinking correctly, I forgot about the 2 cords that I put from the 3,000 watt power inverter under the hood, hooked up to the battery, running around beside the truck, taped to the truck, and then going in the back to keep the fish alive, running all of our heaters and pumps and filters and all that stuff. I go to get out of the car. It's like 3 a.m. and I get out of the car and both my feet hook these hoses, and I'm driving a big F650. So it's like, you know, my feet are like 4 foot off the ground and my head's like 10 foot off the ground, and my feet hooked that and I fell forward. All I could think about was on the way home, on the way down, you got this, Rich. You're a man. Put your arms out. It's a push-up position. Just do this. And I landed in a push-up position where every single one of my tendons on my right shoulder, all 7, ripped off my shoulder, and I immediately fell this way. Now Josh comes, he's like, "Oh my God, Daddy, you're all right." I'm like, "Dude, I can't move my arm. I couldn't move it out. I couldn't move it forward. I couldn't move it backwards. It was just hanging.
It
I
looked
could not
like
move
a
it."
commercial from that, little life alert thing.
My son, so much love.
JF said maybe JF.
So hold up. So they took me straight to the hospital when I got back from driving 112 hours. Go ahead.
JF said maybe JF is a female. LOL. Love that picture of Bigrich as a youngin with his tongue and the girlfriend in the photo album.
Oh yeah, I was holding Richard's mother with her mouth like this. I got my tongue hanging out. I'm like, that's how you keep a woman, guys. I had that Gene Simmons tongue. How did they see that? That's buried way deep in the.
That was an
Facebook.
old video that Will did with the photo album. That was
Oh, that's where they've seen that. Yes, yes.
The word is Reaper. But we got 9 minutes left, so go ahead and get your questions in. If I missed them, go ahead and submit them again, and I will do my best to read them aloud. There we go. William Zinger says, do you have any recommendations for moving large aquariums and fish across the country? I'll let you take that one.
Do what?
Large aquariums and fish across the country.
Moving them?
Yes.
Big truck, lots of friends. That's it. I take, okay, you know how you can get a power converter from Kmart or something? That will not run your FX5s. Here's the problem. Your FX5 will turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. It will not run. You have to get, it's called a pure sine wave power inverter. Okay? It ain't much more, but I got a simple 1,000 watt pure sine wave power inverter, and it runs like 5 of my FX5s now. So I run an extension cord from that to a 6-pack and plug in all of my FX5s to that. And what I do is, because if you have your fish on filtration, it doesn't matter if they're there 12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours. If they're on filtration, they can be there indefinitely, right? Take your time coming home. When you take your truck and you pull into like a motel, run an extension cord out and plug your stuff into the wall. That way you can shut your truck off and your stuff will be running all night. You can get you some sleep. Then you hook it back up to your power inverter and get on the road again. Now here's another thing. A lot of times it's going to be cold where you're coming from or going to if you're transferring long distance. There's these things called reefer trucks. Now it's REEFER. They're short for refrigerated trucks. They're made to keep vegetables cold. People don't know this. They can also keep the air temperature up to 80 degrees. So you can run a refrigerated truck and then turn it on heat to 80. And that's what I did. All the flooring gets cooled down by the wind going past it like a wind chill. So always take and cover your flooring of your U-Haul truck with styrofoam sheets. Then put your tubs down and all that. Make sure everything's covered with at least a net, because when you stop and you go, the water transfers weight and fish do splash and sometimes can come out. Any other good scenarios in there? Your baby monitors. Take one, and I use duct tape to tape the camera to the wall in the back of the truck looking at everything. I have the receiver on the other side of that wall up in the cab with us, and they're plugged in to the cigarette lighter and all that. And I can watch for anything going on. If the lights go out, the power goes out, fish are jumping, or if they're splashing too much or any kind of problems, fish are up sideways. I can see it all from the cab by using a baby monitor. These are you only learn this stuff from tried, tested, true moving fish all over the world. So there's some good hits right there.
All right. I was asking how do you clear up green water in a pond? So there's a couple ways.
Mm-hmm.
One would be make more plants. So if you have a filter on it, whether you run a bog filter, in our case, we're running a wetland filter with a deep stream.
The wetlands filter is a wetlands filter. That's not a bog filter. That is a bacterial and mechanical filter running through gravel natural ways. The next thing we have is a stream. That stream we call is a bog filter. He calls it deep stream. I don't know why. It's only 4 inches thick, but 6 inches at some parts. But we cover all kinds of plants that live in water. We put them in their dirt, in their pot, and set it in that water. We never have to water them. The plants grow crazy all summer long. The roots grow out of the pots, and then they suck up the nitrates out of the water. Help keeping things clean. I like to, that string algae you get at the beginning of summer, I leave that in the first 20 foot of the filtration or the river. After that, I don't leave it. And you know what? No string algae or anything grows out in the pond because that's eating up all the nutrients going through water past it. So there's no nutrients out there for the green algae to grow. So there's a couple great hints right there.
You got to eat up the phosphorus in the water. You can also do that by placing, a bale of barley on the water going through the filter. That'll eat up some of the phosphorus, or UV lights.
UV lights work, or what's the thing?
An ionogen system.
Ionogen system, yes.
Yep. That's using electricity to actually zap the particles out of the water.
Yes. It's ingenious, actually.
Yes. But on, a pond of our scale, we have one on. It's supposed to do a 20,000 gallon pond at the
We have another one of those. We can add a second one in line.
We should.
Okay.
What we wouldn't do in line, I would do on the second filter when we do it. So if you have 2 points of contact,
okay,
you're doing twice the water flow instead of just 2.
Well, it's 10,000 gallons going past this that requires 6,000 gallons. So some is getting past it. So if we have a second one, it would come out like, should be nothing after that. But I get you, both sides. El Real Ponce, and again, I don't know how you even say that name. Says, Josh, hit me up if you come back to New York City. Maybe I can help you carry some things, tanks, and fish rescues. We are heading east again. It'll be in a month and a half, maybe. Me, Reaper, maybe Will, maybe John Doe. It all depends on if they're working that day. We are going east. It's an 8-hour drive. I've got some fish, very nice fish to pick up. And we're going to stop at Michael Terrell's from Off the Deep End, and we're going to check out things there. And then we'll head back here.
All right. A few more questions before we sign off for the night. I lost it. Sorry.
Yeah, mine jumped too.
Yeah. All right. Can I add pine needles for vitamin C for fish? I've never heard that. And I don't think that pine needles are going to add vitamin C to the fish. I don't even know if they'll break down in the water or the fish will even eat them.
I think that's a hard item,
Yeah.
Okay. Fishing with Dano says, thanks for posting so early every day. Best thing with a cup of coffee. What was in that Bicher's belly?
In the 1000?
Yeah.
I feed them every night, and the night before we did that video, I just fed them huge chunks of tilapia, and I'm feeding them like I'm feeding them a different type of feed, not realizing I'm doing tilapia tonight, and I way overfed them, and
they way overate.
Mm-hmm. All right, a few more questions before we end tonight.
Okay, Randy Koch says, you got it, Bigrich, but not us. I don't know what any of that means, so I'm sorry, Randy.
It means you got it, but not us.
Okay, that clears it up.
Someone said pine needles make amazing tea. Well, you know what? That might be true, but I had a drink once in Jamaica, and it tasted like straight pine needles, and it was terrible.
That's probably what they use.
We have FM for 10,000 COP. Says, Guy, innocent question. Not trying to cause any issues, but who knows more about fishes, Josh or Bigrich? It's just.
All right, here's the thing.
By the way,
I've done this all my life, so obviously I know more. The thing is, he's young with a young mind, and I've had brain surgery, so I can't remember certain words and stuff like.
So you're telling me I know more.
Stop it. So when I tell him this is a Livestone, this is a blah blah blah, and then all this stuff, he retains that. I'll just get done showing him, and then I'll be like, dang it, Josh, what's that fish I just told you about? He goes, the Lusoni? Yeah, that's it. So that's my problem. So it sounds like I don't know, but, you know, I've taught Josh everything, and, you know, he hasn't learned everything that I know yet.
Hashtag brain surgery.
Stop it. So I'm at a disadvantage, but, you know, if I was to come to somebody, a lot of times people come to me and I just give them the answers. A lot of times I'll be like, Josh, remember what I used to do when this happened? Oh, yeah, thanks. And then I tell the people that. Josh helps me remember, you know. So, you know, if I was you, I'd ask the both of us, because out of one of us, you're going to get the answer.
All righty. Well, I think that's a good question to end on. So I thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us.
It was
on this
awesome
Friday.
hanging out with you guys. You know, sorry I couldn't really drink and have fun and get drunk, but, you know, I've got the whole weekend. I got to take care of Tracy now. So the first one was a drink. The second one was just grape juice. So, you know, we're going on with our lives, and we're going to have a good time this weekend. And, you know, I don't know if Josh is going to be here. He's going to be moving stuff, but I've got to take care of Tracy all weekend. So,
and wait for next Friday.
yeah, next Friday I will do live streams from Aquashella. I will do all kinds of different. We're doing interviews. We're doing, you know, tank judging, all kinds of different stuff. It's going to be a great time. So, you know, watch our channel. I'll put it up on the community tab of Ohio Fish Rescue, and also on our OFR YouTube page or Facebook page. Thank you.
As always.
Stay fishy, my
fishy, my
friends.
friends.
It was awesome hanging with you guys.